Hello YouTube. We have an older Carrier heat pump here. Looks like a 91 model. It's a 2.5 ton. I'm recovering the refrigerant from the line set. I've actually got the service valves closed off, and I just recovered it into the unit. The indoor TXV is shut down, so there was no way to pump it down using the compressor. So recovery unit did a pretty good job. I'm going to open it up, put the new TXV in, or actually we can't get a TXV that like is on it. It's actually obsolete. So instead I'll be replacing it with a piston. Here is the actual TXV on this thing. Air handler looks like it was a 92 model. But what I'll do is just basically cut this TXV out of here, cap off the equalizer port with a Schrader valve and a cap, and then I will sweat in a new piston holder with a, probably put about a 67 size orifice in it for this 2.5 ton Carrier. So I'll take you along for the ride. Here is the orifice holder we'll be installing. This is the adapter. It has the screen inside. I don't know, I guess you can see it. And then this is actually where the piston will rest. It uses this is actually from my Nordine dealer here in town. They keep them in stock. So it's the same flow control, I guess they call it. Got the small pistons like that. So that's what we'll be installing in place of that TXV. I'll go ahead and these things are a little tough to sweat into because there's so much brass here. It pulls all the heat away, especially with a turbo torch. I have a little 55% silver flux that I usually use to go ahead and put me a short nipple onto this brass piece before actually sweating it into the line in the house. So I'm going to get started with that. A lot of these TXVs are actually mounted internally here. So since this one isn't, I mean, the thing's not leaking. I guess I could probably leave this. I was thinking about cutting it here and just running my copper out to my piston, or even putting a piston on the inside, but you know, how much work should you do on something like this? Maybe I'll just cut the line right here and put my piston right here. I don't know. I'll show you what I'd come up with. After careful consideration, I decided to leave the metering device in basically the same location, but take out the additional threaded connections inside the air handler. So what we come out is on the bottom of the screen, and what's going back is on the top. But guys, here's how it's going to fit in. We got a solder joint here, and we'll have a solder joint right here. And I have put a valve core inside this equalizer. It'll focus. So I'll leave a cap off of it until I test everything for leaks, but I'm going to go turn some nitrogen on and make these two little braze joints, and then we'll be pressure testing. I got pressure test on, and I have actually sprayed it down with bubble leak detector. Checked all the threaded part here. Got to take this off, and then I'm going to button up the air handler and start pulling a vacuum. Brought some foam tape in. I'm going to tape up where they left the grommets out like they always do on these. So I'll tape that up and make it a little more airtight. Okay guys, wrapping up. I got that air leak sealed up. The pressure was very high when I started it up. I figured it would be, because anytime you have a TXV that goes bad, well, on one this old, the element just goes flat over time. So somebody was probably out here putting gas in it, trying to keep the suction pressure up. But we want a 21 degree superheat. We have about a 19.2 degree superheat. I'm probably going to call it good. It's really hot in the house. It's going to change a lot. But maybe this little thing will live to run a few more days, maybe a few more years. I wouldn't have spent anything on it if it were mine, but I guess when it's rental property, it's all about the income. Can't make money if you're spending money. It's a beautiful, hot day. Going to be 95 and humid. Thanks for watching.